Yeah, for the start here, when you see this one, I decided to have a different breakfast today, so I'm going for a walk. But while I go for a walk, I'm going to leave my lentils here to cook on timer. So when I come back, they're ready for me to just do whatever I want. Do you want to see? Let's move on to the next one. Oh, one thing I should tell you there, before you finish cooking your lentils, what I always do myself is I wash them. So I bring them to the boil, turn it off, and then I wash them, and there's a lot of old dirt and liquid comes off. I don't really want that, you know. Even though these are organic lentils, there's some things you just don't need inside you, not necessarily be dust and all that kind of stuff. You don't need it. Anyway, these lentils are going to be fantastic when you do something nice with them, yeah? But what you can do is you can put in your stock cube, okay, as well, yeah? So after we wash them, we put them back on, yeah? And it only takes 15 minutes, by the way, to cook these, yeah? So you bring them to the boil and then bring them to the simmer for the rest, yeah? And that's really it. That's simple and full of nutrition. Oh, Jesus. And when you wash them properly, guess what? You don't end up going around farting the rest of the afternoon. It's the same with beans, you know, if you ever eat beans and that, you know, people cook beans or go to a restaurant and later on your arse is exploding like some kind of nuclear reaction. Well, that's because the beans aren't being washed properly, or your lentils and that, you know. And flatulence and farts are a serious issue, you know. On average, a human being apparently spills out about a litre of farts a day. Well, there's something useful for you to know, huh? A litre of farts. Anyway, let's go to the next. Here's my lentils after I went for my walk with sugar. So what we do now is strain them off, give them a wash, and they're cooked perfectly. They're not mushy, any of that. But you can see the liquid in there, yeah? You see it's murky, yeah? So you want to strain that off, alright, yeah? And then, of course, what you see here, look. This is what we're doing, yeah? We're going to make these lovely lentil burgers. It's a beautiful sunny day today, and I was thinking, whoa, what would I like for breakfast today? So I'm going to make some beautiful lentil burgers, and in them is, I've got some portobello mushroom there for a bit of chunkiness and texture through the burger. And I've got some leeks and a clove of garlic there finely chopped. I've also got half a teaspoon of Maldon salt. I've got cracked black pepper. I'm putting it on the board there so as you can see it all, guys, yeah? And then I've got some cayenne pepper because I like a bit of spicy, and I'll spread it on there, and I'll just put it on the board there so as to make it easy. I've got to put it in the pan there now. And just to have a quick look at this. This is the second time I'm washing, but you can see the water's still a little murky, yeah? So I like to wash that off after they're cooked. The texture of the lentils is just perfect, yeah? Not mushy, just nice to the touch. But the liquid that's, see? Murky. So take that stuff off, as I said, it'll reduce the flatulence and your arse won't be on fire so much. So here's all those nice bits that we're going to make for our burger, yeah? So just literally get it into the pan, you know. There's your garlic, yeah. Pop that in there, yeah. There's your leeks. Put your salt and your cayenne pepper. Pop that in there as well. And there's your portobello mushrooms, yeah. Pop them in there as well. Okay, and in this case I'm going to put an extra few leeks in. And you can do them with shallots. If you like shallots, beautiful with shallots. But you're likely going to fry this stuff off, yeah? So that's our seasoning for our lentils to make our lentil burgers, yeah? And the mushroom, when it reduces down, it does hold texture. So when you're biting through your burger, you get that kind of, you know, like that fatty kind of lump of fat kind of feel, yeah? Well, that's the kind of thing that I represent. It's replicated, as they say, because we just love burgers and that, don't we? Anyway, so there you go, a couple of minutes, 4, 5, 6 minutes, slow heat, that's all you do. And now we're gonna make some nice soft bread to make our own burger bap. Hold on, I'll show you. Okay, this is the start of this lovely burger bap that I'm gonna make. It's very soft, does the job. I know the burger Baps you can get in the shops to be even softer than the ones I make, but they're horrible when they get in your mouth. They turn to glue and that. These ones keep texture all the way through your bite. And I use white spelt flour and wholemeal spelt on an 80-20 mix, okay? So I'm popping in, we'll say, there's 200 grams of white spelt, yeah? So we want a fifth of that, you know, so I'm only putting, say, 40-50 grams there, and I'm going to use it then to knead the dough. The little bit of wholemeal flour then afterwards. So, teaspoon of molten salt, half a teaspoon, actually a teaspoon of baking powder, yeah? And give it a good stir. It's a simple job really, yeah? Mix that in there, yeah? The oven's on 200 degrees, raring and ready to go. Now, make a well in the middle, as with all the pastries and all the breads I show people to do. Make a little batter in the middle, yeah? At this stage now, if you want to add in other things, you can. But make that kind of batter, like pancake batter in the middle, okay? Don't break all the walls down yet, yeah? At this stage here, this is where you can put herbs in, yeah? It's great for putting herbs in. Or if you don't use water, you can use your favourite herb tea. Imagine that. Your favourite herb tea is a liquid. That's simple. Yep, it really is. You can put basil in, parsley, whatever, but this is just a plain burger bap. That's all, just to show you. Now what we will need is hot water. It's boiling hot water, yeah? So this is going to start it off and that, you know, and get things moving. So don't put your hand in there yet. You might burn yourself, so take it easy there, yeah? Just give it a stir anyway, yeah? Now, might you see how soft this dough will be. So, how much water I put in, somebody asked me there. I have no idea. Just look at the texture there. No, I'm only joking. I started off with 100 mils, 120 mils of water, yeah? And then the boiling water was about 50 mils on top of that, yeah? And just start from there, and as you can see, what you end up with is like a yeast dough. I joke, you know. You know that yeast dough? So you can nearly do all the job here in the bowl, yeah? Knead it and everything in the bowl by just bashing it off the sides, taking all the flour off the bowl so that you can incorporate it into your rolls, because it's food at the end of the day. And as I say, well, there's no point in wasting food now, is there, if you don't need to. But then we live in a world of abundance, so we'll always get what we need. If you can take the fear out of your heads. Anyway, so there you go, look. And it's really soft and it's real sticky still, yeah? So that's cool, that's okay. Now, we want to get some flour on the fingers, yeah? Right. Flour around there, because we're going to take her out. We're going to take the dough off the wooden spoon. Right, don't forget to put a bit of flour on your boards, yeah? You're going to need a bit of flour on your boards, yeah? Roll that baby out, yeah? And knead it. Knead it for a few minutes, yeah? Look how soft it is. That's because of the hot water, yeah? The hot water starts the activation of the gluten inside and that, yeah? And look, see? So if you knead that for a couple of minutes, yeah? And then what we'll do is we'll cut out a nice circle the size of a burger, yeah? You know, an average burger. Or you can make little slider burgers. You know those little slider burgers? Oh, this dough bread is lovely for sliders. You know, because it's small and that, you know? But anyway, just keep kneading it there, turn it over, pull her out, push her in like that, yeah? Push down. Get some plenty of air in there, so lift it up, pull her back, and then push down. Take your hand out, of course, yeah? Now you can cook it like that if you like, you know, and experiment. Go and do it and check and see what happens. You'll still be able to eat it, don't worry about it. But anyway, I'm just saying, there's lots of things you can do. don't just do what I'm showing you here. You have dough here, yeah? You can do lots of things with it, and the best way to find out what you can do is to experiment. Take a little ball like that, right? Roll it around, put it on a tray. Where do you see the little bread balls that come out? Brilliant. Kids love these. Especially put sesame seed on top, yeah? But not with egg wash. Water wash will suffice. Because the dough just needs to be sticky, that's all. So don't mind what they tell you about egg wash. Why would you want to put eggs on a lovely bread? Like, that doesn't make sense at all, yeah? So anyway, we need a way, yeah? And that's it, yeah? It's as simple as that. So that's enough, right? So now you want to get ready for the cutting stage, right? To make your bread rolls, or we say bread baps. So none's bun, if you've seen another. Press her down, yeah? Bit of flour, yeah? Push her down, yeah? And I want a thick, kind of a thick burger bap this time, yeah? So you can actually cut it in two and just make two big baps, you know, like that. Can you see them there, yeah? And you can just cook that off like that, you know? There's so much you can do. That'll really make it actually. And you know what, why don't we do that, yeah? And make a nice big one, because people love big burgers when you're getting them. Instead of me having two, I'll just have one big one. So basically all you need to do now is just slice that down like that, yeah? It's as simple as, and there's the thickness, look. So, and again with the water wash, as I said, yeah? A little bit of water wash back of your hand, off your bowl, like that, yeah? And then all you have to do then is just pop a little bit of salt on, or sesame seed, you know, so there's a little bit of salt on one side. And a little bit of sesame seed on the other side. It's that simple. Sure, why don't we put sesame seed on both sides, because it is a burger, and sesame seed on burgers is great. Just want to be careful with sesame seeds, yeah? Especially tahini, yeah? Tahini. It depends on where it comes from, I suppose. There's a thing called out there ethylene oxide, yeah? It's not supposed to be in our food, but for some reason it gets into sesame seed now and again, yeah? Something to do with the producers not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So ethylene oxide, keep an eye out for that, guys, yeah? You don't want that stuff near you, yeah? It's a banned substance in Europe, yeah? But somehow it gets into the food manufacturing somehow. Because it's also used as a disinfectant, you see, and it's handy for the food manufacturers, yeah? Because they don't have to use other stuff. Anyway, so they're on a tray there. It's a wire rack tray, and I've got a bit of greaseproof paper. As you can see, the greaseproof paper, by the way, guys, you don't have to throw it out every time you use it. Sometimes you get plenty of uses out of it, depending on what you're cooking on it, yeah? So in this case now, this is the second time or third time this piece of paper. I'm just telling you these things as tips for you, yeah? If you don't need to throw it out, don't throw it out. Anyway, so we're doing these massive, lovely burger baps, yeah? You can do them round if you like, I don't care, yeah? But I just want them like this, because I can just envisage a nice big burger in the middle there, yeah? Well, should I look, just throw it in the oven for 200 degrees for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, yeah? See what happens. Okay, so here's the leeks and the mushrooms and all the seasoning there, yeah? So all I need now is my lentils. So we pop our lentils in there like so, yeah? Check it out and see what the consistency's like, yeah? How much lentils, somebody asked me, did you put in there? Just look there with your eyes, guys, yeah? There's only about 100 grams, 120 grams of lentils, maybe a little bit more. That's all, yeah? But I'm only doing it bit by bit because there's some of the lentils I can keep for something else, yeah? So I'm going to make a couple of really nice big burgers here, yeah? Just two. Because I know when I eat one, I go, that was so nice, I'll have to have another one. So there you go. That's mixed in. Now, a bit of seasoning is all you need, yeah? So a little half a teaspoon of salt, yeah? Actually a quarter, you put it in just in case you're salt sensitive out there, yeah? It's good salt I'm using here, okay? Your body needs good salt, yeah? There's plenty of science there to say that, okay? Regardless of what some people say about salts. Yes, salt is bad. That commercial stuff are only 2 minerals in it, yeah? Anyway, let's move on. Now, you want to bind this together, yeah? So what we're using in this particular case is we're using wholemeal spelt flour, okay? So basically, all you do is pop it in there like that, yeah? Pop a little in there like that, yeah? Until it starts bonding together and that, yeah? Some places they put eggs and all that kind of thing in there, yeah? But look, spelt flour is very, very good and very versatile, and it's great for bonding stuff, you know? But if you're not into spelt flour and you're into, you know, you've got gluten issues and that, you know? Check out the gluten in spelt. It's very different than wheat, yeah? Wheat's the toxic one. Anyway, so I've put in my flour there, yeah? You can hear the music in the background. I told you, I love music 24/7 in the house, yeah? My guests love it as well, yeah? And it's cool in this house because there's no conditions to the sense, you know? So if somebody wants the music off, they just turn it off, no big deal. Now, look at that. This is how you make your burgers then, right? Now, that's good enough. There's enough in there, right? So there's only about 50 grams of flour went in, yeah? So what we got to do now is we got to form them. And if you put water on your hands, yeah? So if you make your hands a little wet, okay? And dip them in the water and that, yeah? You'll be able to form these nice little burgers. Now, if you're making sliders, remember I was saying to you about sliders? So you just make a ball, yeah? And the flour will pull that together when it's cooking and that, yeah? And look at that. It's a very simple little burger, yeah? That'll be our slider burger. But we want bigger burgers, yeah? We cook a couple of sliders as well, alright? Just to be fair, so. A bigger burger. We want something about this size, don't we? So you just mould it together and it's sticky and you feel it getting really sticky and sticky. That's okay, let it sticky, let the glutens work away because the heat there, a little bit of temperature, will create that stickiness. And that's the stickiness that's going to hold your burger together. You don't want the thing falling apart when you're trying to eat it like, you know. And look at that burger there, yeah, it even looks like a beef burger, you know. And I remember I had guests here before and I gave them, what did I give them one morning for breakfast? Oh, yes. They were the croissants cheese, you know those morning cheese croissants. But I gave them vegan cheese and that, yeah? And vegan sausage rolls. They couldn't believe how good they tasted. And that's all I'm telling you guys. You'd be surprised. Anyway, we're going to fry these off now, okay. Have a quick look at the rise on that. Oh, I'm so looking forward to eating this. Yes, don't leave your oven open for too long now, or that could be a problem. But look at those burgers. If you can see through the dirty glass there in the oven, I could do with a cleaning. I've been busy there the last few days. Anyway, as you can see there, isn't that beautiful? Look at those babies. On now and fry off your burgers. Just a little slider, yeah? There you go, pop him in there, yeah? There's another one there, different size. And there's another one there, another different size. And doing different sizes there, just so that you can see what you can do, yeah? With the lentils, they're very versatile. And then I've got a bigger one again. It's the biggest one there. So literally, as I said, fry them off, wrap it, and seal them on both sides. They'll take about, it's flour now, so they'll take about 15 minutes, yeah? 10 to 15 minutes to cook. You can seal them and pop them in the oven as well, really nice. They're after the first flip, and look at those burgers, you know, they even look like beef burgers. It's amazing, isn't it? How much our mind is in control of what we eat, yeah? Anyway, that's it. Now let me push them onto the next. After 10 minutes, what they look like, yeah? See the colour there, yeah? Then you will be forgiven for believing that these were beef burgers, yeah? So there you go, it's picked up there, yeah? So it's as simple as that. Well, let me put it in the bun and show you what we can do with it there now, yeah? I'm going to put some cheese on it. People like cheesy burgers, don't you? Well, I've got some of that Viola like block, which I've braided. So you just put that on the top, like that. I've eaten a little slider just to check it out. Oh, beautiful taste and texture off these burgers. Really is, you know. If you gave it to somebody, you know, they're not really food people, they wouldn't know that this wasn't beef. That's how weird it is, isn't it? Any beautiful lentil burgers in the oven, let's see what they're like. Look at this bread, I've just taken her out there. Look at the rise on it, yeah? Yeah, look at that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill that with my burger and that, yeah? Hold on a second, I'll just show you. I'll open one up. So, as I said, here we go. Let's open one up and see where we are, yeah? So, open it up like that. Oh, it even looks like a sourdough bread, it does. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Hey, as I said, I'm making a really big burger this time, so I'm opening it up like that, yeah? And then I've got my burgers here, and I put them on. Or, I've got all my garnishes here, my garnish plate. So what I'm going to do is I've got some tomato here that I baked off. I'm going to pop that in there and I'm going to push it down, and it acts as a little bit of sauce, yeah? I've also got some lettuce. Where would a burger be without lettuce, eh? So, a little bit of lettuce there on that, like that. Simple. And people like pickles and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I like pickles as well, but I like cucumber as well, huh? So plenty of cucumber. And pop that on top like that, yeah? You don't have to put this much cucumber on. I only put 3 if you want. But I like cucumber a lot. And as I said, this is a feast. So I'm putting an extra couple of slices on. Now you got some roast pepper that I done there as well, yeah? So you can slice that up and throw it on. Just as that, like that, yeah? And then what else is left? You can put avocado on it, yeah? But now I've got to take my burgers. Look at these burgers. Huh? There's my cheese melted. So I'm just going to sit it down there like that, yeah? I did say I was going to have 2, so you can just have 1 if you like, but I'm having 2. Because I'm going to slap that together and I'm going to eat that out in the sunshine now and get vitamin D into me, yeah? So that's an open burger sandwich, alright? Now some people like ketchup and all that, yeah? So you can put your ketchup on, yeah? Whatever you like. You can put it underneath there, like that, yeah? And then put your pepper on, like I just did there. And that's it. It's really cool, isn't it? Anyway, enjoy and share the love. More little touch you can put on there as well, yeah? I like the alpha, yeah? Alpha, sprouts. Alright, so this is what you call one healthy burger, yeah? There you go, simple, eh?